What's the deal, my people? Welcome to my channel, Panama's OG Truth. Thank you for joining me today. You could be anywhere in the world right now, but you decided to be here with me right now, and I appreciate that. I just want to say that today we're going to be covering Mr. Deshaun Octave. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. If I'm not, please forgive me. Other known names, Kodak Black, okay? And he's in the news once again. He's making headlines once again. It is not for his music, okay? So, like I always tell you, this is a cautionary tale, all right? So, let me get into this shit, all right? Mr. Kodak Black been in and out of trouble since he was a little kid, okay? He was born from a immigrant mother. I believe she's Haitian, so his background is Haitian. And he grew up in the Golden Acres housing projects in Pompano Beach, Florida. Now, to my understanding, he's all about helping the community out, okay? Which, that's all cool. That's all cool. You know, I love that shit about him. So he gets a lot of bad press when he fucks up, but at the end of the day, you have to understand that a lot of that shit could be avoided. He brings that shit to himself. And for example, in 2015, he was arrested and charged with robbery, battery, false imprisonment, and possession of cannabis. Somehow, he was released. All right, I don't know how the charges were dropped. I don't know what the fuck, but that was the first time of him getting in trouble. Now, if you fast forward to in 2016, he was released from jail in Florida and then transported to Florence, South Carolina to face charges of a sexual assault. Let me read this shit, y'all, because a lot of people don't remember this, okay? According to the victim who reported the incident to her school nurse, she had attended a February 2016 performance by Kodak Black at Treasure City in Florence, after which she accompanied him to his hotel room where he alleged to have told her he couldn't help himself as he tore off her clothes, bit her repeatedly, and raped her as she screamed for help. Kodak Black was released from custody in South Carolina on December 1, 2016 after posting a $100,000 bond, but returned to court on February 8, 2017. Is he the product of larger societal problems, having been raised in a steady diet of misogynistic rap lyrics? Within hours of release, he recorded and released There He Go, a single which mentions his recent release from jail. That's just the beginning, y'all. In 2016, the same year, he was arrested in Hallandale Beach. My bad, man, I'm butchering these names. Hallandale Beach, Florida, and charged with possession of a weapon by a convicted felon, possession of marijuana, and fleeing from officers. Like I said, fucking up. The same year again, 2016. 2016 wasn't a good year for little Kodak Black. The following month, May 2016, he was arrested in Broward County, Florida, and charged with armed robbery and false imprisonment. He was detained in custody. Damn. He pleaded no contest to the 2 misdemeanor drug charges and was sentenced to 4 months in jail. He was credited for time spent in custody awaiting trial and was required to serve 120 days. He was also suspended from driving for 1 year. Slap in the hand, okay? 2017. In 2017, Kodak Black broadcast on Instagram Live a video of himself in a Washington, D.C. hotel room with several other men, while a lone woman performed oral sex on them. Kodak Black's Instagram account hit a record high during the broadcast. The rapper later posted a message on Twitter about the incident reading, "If I could change, I swear I would. I tried everything, but I'm just so hood." That's what I'm saying, man. he embraces that shit. He don't realize that what he's doing and then what he's putting out there is negativity. And that shit comes back in full circle, man. I'm telling y'all right now, it comes back in full circle. 2019, a concert promoter filed a lawsuit against Kodak Black for failing to appear at his concerts. The promoter claims that Kodak Black was contractually obliged to perform for him on March 3, 2017 in New York, but did not show up. Fitz then rescheduled it for April 2017, and Kodak Black failed to appear once more. Then, on a third makeup date, Kodak Black once more failed to appear. Fitz stated that the incident caused him over $500,000 in losses and hurt his reputation. His lawsuit was suing for over $500,000. That ain't no legal problem. You know, it's just him reneging on the contract, which I don't really give a fuck. We're talking about the legal shit. The shit that could get you locked up, get you put up. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, 2017. Kodak Black was indicted by a grand jury in South Carolina and was scheduled to go on trial in April 2019 in Florence, South Carolina on a charge of first-degree criminal sexual conduct. Okay? This was later postponed. Also in April 2017, he appeared in court in Florida where his anger management counselor, Ramona Sanchez, spoke about him disrupting her class. Sanchez said he was constantly burping during her class. When asked to leave, he refused. When Sanchez threatened to call 911, he grabbed her phone and her wrist. The counselor recommended that Kodak Black participate in individual therapy instead of group therapy. So what I'm trying to show y'all is a pattern, okay? Kodak been doing this already for years when he was a little kid, a youngster, a little teenager. But as the years went by, and he's a grown man with a lot of spotlight, he hasn't learned one thing. Like literally, he ain't learned shit because he's still fucking up. Let me continue. May 4, 2017, he was sentenced for violating his house arrest to 364 days in Broward County Jail, with the possibility of an early release if he completes a life skill course. He was released on June 5th, 2017. He will remain on house arrest for 1 year and 5 years probation. Another slap in the hand. They steady giving him chances. In 2018, Kodak Black was arrested following a raid on his Florida home. Kodak Black later released the Heartbreak Kodak mixtape on Valentine's Day. Kodak Black was arrested inside his Pembroke Pines, Florida home in January 2018 on multiple charges stemming from an Instagram live feed video showing him passing marijuana and a gun around a small child. He initially faced 7 felony charges, including child neglect, grand theft of a firearm, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, big no-no, marijuana possession. On February 22nd, 2018, 3 charges against Kodak Black were dropped and he pleaded not guilty to the remaining 2. On April 17, he pleaded not guilty to the remaining charges: possession of a firearm by a convicted felon and possession of marijuana, and was sentenced to 364 days in prison with credit for time served. He was released August 18, 2018. Like I said, steady getting chances. Steady getting chances. While he was incarcerated in 2018, he changed his name legally to Bill Cajan Blanco. Cajan supposedly being an alternative spelling of Cohen, a term used in Judaism to refer to priests who descend from the prophet Aaron, the brother of Moses. On May 2nd, 2018, he legally changed his name from Dason Octave to Bill Cajan Capri. All right. Give me a second, y'all. Let me look this shit up because this shit is long as fuck. This right here, damn, man. I mean, so many chances. And he's fucking up. April 17, 2019, while trying to re-enter the United States from Canada, on April 17, Kodak Black was arrested by United States Customs and Border Protection after border authorities found marijuana and a Glock in his car. He was charged with third-degree criminal possession of a weapon, unlawful possession of marijuana by authorities. Bail was set at either $40,000 or $20,000. He was released on the 18th as a result of the arrest. A performance in Boston and a performance in Connecticut was canceled. So that's what I'm talking about, man. This shit is ridiculous, man. Late on April 24, 2019, while on tour for his most recent album at the time, Dying to Live, and while performing at a venue, officials from the Federal Bureau of Investigation and Metropolitan Police entered and searched one of Kodak Black's tour buses parked at the venue. While Kodak Black was not in the vehicle at the time, the FBI found weapons in the vehicle and determined a few of Kodak Black's crew members allegedly. The FBI attempted to enter the club in which Kodak Black was performing, but was denied entry by the owner. Owner stood up. He said, fuck that. Y'all ain't coming in my club. Y'all want to arrest him? Y'all got to wait till he gets out there. TMZ stated it was unclear whether or not the bus was owned by Kodak Black. This came a week after his arrest at the United States-Canada border. It was stated that Kodak Black himself did not get in trouble with law enforcement. So he dodged the bullet again. 2020, March 11. Kodak Black pleaded guilty to a firearms possession case he was charged with after being detained at the Canadian-American border with a Glock. With the sentencing set for March 24, the court considered between 2 and 7 years in prison, which will run concurrently with his 46-month sentencing for lying on federal paperwork. Damn. So, June 2020, Kodak Black was serving his federal sentence at United States Penitentiary Big Sandy, a high-security prison in Ennis, Kentucky. In October 2020, Kodak Black was transferred to the United States Penitentiary, Thompson. On November 11, Kodak returned with his third album, Bill Israel, while serving a prison sentence. So he dropped that bit while he was locked up. This is the funny shit right here for me. On January 19, 2021, President Donald Trump, Big 45, commuted Kodak Black's sentence for his 2020 conviction. Kodak Black still faced charges of criminal sexual assault in Florence, South Carolina, which prosecutors were looking to aggressively pursue. On April 28, 2021, Kodak took a plea deal in the alleged sexual assault case and pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of first-degree assault and battery and was sentenced to 18 months probation. Another slap in the hand, okay? Damn, this motherfucker, he been blessed. Or some people might say, you know, he's playing Russian roulette. He's playing Russian roulette, man. January the 1st, 2022, he was arrested for trespassing in Pompano Beach, Florida. I don't know what the fuck that was. They just said arrest for trespassing. February the 12th, 2022, Kodak Black was shot during a fight outside a Los Angeles Italian restaurant where Justin Bieber was hosting a Super Bowl week party. Y'all remember that shit? That was another bullet. It was minor. The gunshot one was minor. You know, he didn't lose his life. He could have lost his life or worse, you know. People don't realize, man, you know, you can end up dead. Shit. Something small like that, man, you know, like I said, God keeps blessing you and you keep fucking up. Super Gremlin, you keep fucking up. Now, July 15, 2022, Kodak Black's vehicle was stopped by a Florida Highway Patrol because the window tint appeared darker than the legal limit. Police detected a smell of marijuana and searched the vehicle, finding a bag with 31 oxycodone tablets and almost $75,000 in cash. Kodak Black was charged with trafficking in oxycodone and possession of a controlled substance. His driver license and vehicle tag were also expired. On July 20, 2022, Kodak was placed on house arrest after his arrest was said to be a violation of his supervised release. See what I'm saying? Stupid shit, man. Now, let me elaborate on this one, okay? Why in the fuck are you driving a vehicle? Your driver license is suspended, your tags are old, and then you got fucking 31 pills of oxycodone, weed. Like, bro, you tripping, man. Like you opening the doors for these people to fuck with you. All that money you got, all these little niggas that want to tag along with you, want to be your homeboy and all that because you got that money. Why you don't get one of them little niggas to drive you around and hold your shit? Why you gotta hold your shit? If I'm him and I refuse to leave, you know, the pills, to leave the guns, whatever the fuck he likes. If I refuse to leave that shit alone and I'm traveling, guess what? I got my little homies to carry that shit for me. I'm not carrying that shit on me. I'm not driving no car that's registered to me. I'm not doing none of that shit. You get your little homies and you let them hold your shit. That's what you do. Like that, if something goes down, it's not on you. Remember, you the breadwinner. You the golden egg. So you got to protect yourself. And people around you got to protect you. You can't be doing no dumbass shit like that, Super Gremlin. You can't. You got to be smarter than that, especially if you already got a pass. You been fucking up. What are you doing, little homie? Now, let's continue. Let's continue. So, fast forward. He's over here basically playing Russian roulette. Like literally. He has a bullet in the chamber and he's spinning that bitch. And he puts it to his head and he clicks. And so far, he's been winning. I mean, that's the best way I could put it. Because all the shit that this motherfucker been arrested for, and he ain't done no serious time. I mean, the most time that he did, you know, they gave him a 4-year sentence, and Donald Trump commuted that shit. Donald Trump's last day in office, he commuted Kodak Black, Lil Wayne. The other person that was a notoriety was Harry O, former drug kingpin out there in Cali. They were commuting. But Kodak, he hasn't learned much. He hasn't learned much. So fast forward to now, and they issued a warrant for his arrest again. Check this shit out, man. This is the shit that gets me right here. He had a drug test, a UA, okay? And he failed the UA, the urine analysis. He failed it. He tested positive for fentanyl. Now, let's stop right there. I don't think that he knowingly took a fentanyl-laced pill. I don't think he did that. Because if you know what the fuck is going on, that fentanyl is killing people. Left and right. That shit don't discriminate. Black, white, Mexican, Asian, whatever. Whoever's fucking with that shit, it's a good possibility you end up dead. Okay, let's get that understood right now off the muscle. Okay? But like I said, I don't think that he took the fucking pills or snorted the cocaine. I don't know what kind of drug and he ingested. But I don't think he knew that the shit had fentanyl in it. But that's the thing. And look, let me tell y'all something right now, because this is going around all over the world. Okay? You got these drug dealers that they want to make their shit stronger. So when their consumers, their customers buys their pills or their cocaine or their heroin that they're shooting up or whatever, snorting, you put a little bit of fentanyl and you mix that shit and it makes your product 10 times stronger. In other words, that bang. And that's what people look for. When motherfuckers take pills, when motherfuckers snort cocaine, shoot up heroin, whatever the fuck is their vice, they want strong shit. They want shit that's gonna put them on their ass, gonna make them feel like they're out of their mind, out of this world. That's the drug chasing. They're chasing the high. But now, with this fentanyl going around and people lacing their shit up with fentanyl, they don't realize that if you put too much of that fentanyl in whatever drug you're mixing it with, you could cause somebody's death. I mean, that's just going around in this country big time right now. Every day I wake up, I see people dying from that shit. So you don't know what you're getting when you buying these fucking pills, when you buying the powder to snort, or, you know, the shit to shoot up in your arms. You don't know that. So in that case, you know, Mr. Kodak Black, all that money you got, you know, if you're going to be popping pills, I suggest you, and listen to me, Super Gremlin, buy you a tester. They have those testers that you put a little bit of the fucking pill in there, just a little cut, little chunk, and you shake that shit up, and if it turns a certain color, it's positive for fentanyl. If I'm popping pills, if I'm snorting cocaine, whatever the hell my vice is, which I don't have none, thank God, I'll have me a tester, and before I do any of that shit, I'm testing that shit just to make sure that I'm not taking anything that's fentanyl laced, because it could cause your life. So what I'm trying to say is he's playing a dangerous game. Not only with his freedom, but also with his fucking health. Like, this motherfucker ended up dead. Like, don't be surprised if one day you wake up and it's all over the news that they found him dead. Because he's crash dummy style. He got a lot of money, got a bunch of yes, sir around him, people that can't tell him the truth. They tell him, yes, sir. Instead of telling him, man, sit your ass down, man, you're going to end up locked up for a long time or you're going to end up dead, little homie. They're not telling him that. They're telling him what he want to hear. So that's the people he keeps around him. And it's fucked up. It's fucked up because he's talented. He's talented. And he's given a lot of chances. They're giving him a lot of chances. Now, his lawyer, he tried to say that the dirty urine analysis could have been a mix-up. So when you go to the probation office, I've never been on probation, I've been on parole. But, you know, it's kind of different technicalities, but it's kind of the same thing. So if you go check in, you got to pee, urine analysis. Or they could come to your house or your job and ask you to pee. You know, it's an unscheduled drug test. In other words, they don't let you know. They just pop up on your ass and they say, hey, we need you to pee in this cup. And if your ass dirty, that shit comes up. Now, his lawyer tried to say that his urine analysis was mixed up with somebody else's. So when he's in court, the judge tells him, well, you know, the person that administered the drug test said that there's a possibility that could have happened. I mean, it's happened before. It's happened before. But the judge, she was like, you know what? Let's put this shit to the test. Give me a hair sample and we'll analyze your hair. And if it comes up, that means it was not a mistake. And for those who don't know, the hair sample is the most accurate drug test you can administer to a human being. Like, if you done took any type of substances, when they take your fucking piece of hair to the lab and they put that bitch under that microscope, it's gonna show. That hair sample, it don't lie. And Kodak knows that. So he goes, nah, Judge, I'm not doing that. You're not getting me like that. So instead, she gives him 30 days in rehab, which that's what he wanted. So it's another slap in the hand. And she told him, you better get yourself together. She's giving him a warning. So this is another chance that Mr. Kodak Black has been given. All right? Now, what's going to happen after this remains to be seen. But I think that Kodak Black is on a slippery slope and it's going to end drastically if he doesn't change his ways. Like I said, he's had plenty of chances. And I'm not here to judge him. I don't give a fuck. You know, at the end of the day, I'm bringing this to y'all so y'all can see. So y'all can see the stupidity that is going on. Flat out stupidity. You have a chance to set yourself up in your future kids, your family, generational wealth. You got a chance to do great things. You're a talented MC. I don't take that away from you. But your stupidity is going to get you locked up or worse, dead. So sit your ass down, concentrate on your music, help your charities, because he gives a lot of money to different organizations, you know, people that are not privileged. I give him that. He helps out a lot of people. I give him that. But eventually you're going to run into that judge that don't give a fuck about none of that. And they're going to say, well, damn, you done had all these chances and you still out here fucking up. We're going to make an example out your ass. Because that's what these people do. You get chances and chances and chances, and eventually, bam, you run into that brick wall, and it's too late. Next thing you know, you put up for years, decades, all behind stupid shit. This country is not like a lot of countries like Mexico or fucking, you know, the Dominican Republic, where if you got money, you know, you can smooth things out and get away with it. Nah. The judicial system in the United States, they don't forgive too many people, okay? Last time Donald Trump saved your ass. He pardoned your ass on a 4-year sentence. Donald Trump, he ain't in power no more. So, just be careful, Mr. Black. Just be careful. Like I said, hard head makes a soft ass. It's fucked up, y'all. It's fucked up. But, you know, this is to my youth, the youngsters out there. Like I said, you know, you get a little bit of money, you get a little bit of influence, and it goes to your head, and you think you can do what the fuck you want to do. And then when you start fucking up, and you get locked up, it's too late, man. I'm rooting for Kodak. I'm rooting for him, all right? And I'm hoping that he wakes up and he gets his shit together, because you're not a little kid no more. You're not a little kid no more. You're a grown man. Grown man with a lot of responsibilities. A lot of people depend on you. So what the fuck are you doing, man? Wake up. Like I said, I'm rooting for Kodak Black. I hope y'all enjoyed this one. It's sad. It is sad. But, you know, it's a cautionary tale. Much love, respect. I appreciate y'all. My channel is just starting right now. Like I said, this is young. This is something that I do with passion. This is something that I love to bring to my people. And just please subscribe to my channel. Check me out. And thank y'all for being here with me today. Much love and God bless. Y'all stay safe, man. All right? Y'all have a good one. Panama's OG Truth.